stand over there? That's what it looks like.
That's good. Good morning, Val.
Hi, Sean. Good morning. How are you?
Good. And you? How are you?
Good, good. I may have to exit a little bit earlier because the people that have my aunt in well, I have a call that they may call me in the middle of the class, like towards the end.
All right. Well, thanks for the heads up.
Okay, so if
Nothing
that
serious,
happens, I will just take the call. It'll take a couple of minutes. Hey, Sean, do you know what I was thinking? You need to set up the Zoom calls with to mute every participant when they join, and then you can open it up when you finish the class. So they're not oopsies.
Oh, yeah, you mean there's a feature on Zoom I can do that?
Yeah, there's a feature on Zoom. You go to settings and you put that mute every participant at sign up.
Oh,
And that
okay.
means nobody can talk until you unmute them when you finish the class.
Oh, that's a nice feature.
Okay?
Thanks for doing that.
We do that all the time in meetings. Otherwise, people flush the toilet and, you know. Okay, so I'm going to put him mute now. See you later.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you gotta fix it. You can go mute all.
Good morning, Sue.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, yourself?
Good. Hi, Val.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock.
I will be quiet.
We'll get started.
tell Sue to leave.
She's muted. There's the boss lady.
I'm not the boss today.
Yeah, I'm not the boss lady. All right.
Let's do it.
Sunday fun day, long Labor Day weekend. Thanks for joining us. Got a great class for you today. Going to get our bodies rehabilitated, make it stronger. And to get started, we're going to bring our feet about hip width apart, about mat width apart. You're going to bring the sides of your feet to run parallel or in line with your mat itself. Let's bring your hands, let's make them interlock your fingers and then take your palms and push them together. Take your butt back. Your butt, that's your back end of your body. So as you pull it back, I like to try to keep as much length in the legs. So just a micro bend in the knees without locking out. I'm going to lean slightly forward and I want you to lean. And as you start to lean forward, I want you to try to feel the sensation of muscle recruiting on the back end of your body, in particular your gluteals. So I want you to get as much weight bearing as you can back into the heels. And as you can, I want you to take your right foot and dorsiflex it. That simply means like pulling the toes up and in towards the shin and then switch it for the left. So the process of leaning in a little bit, it gets those lower back muscles, helps us brace our spine, our lower back in particular. Let's continue to alternate lifting the feet up off the earth, pulling the foot long. So we're not just lifting the toes, we're actually lifting the whole foot and pulling it towards the shin. Not the heel. Yeah, the heel remains on the earth, which is why I just said foot. All right, now let's put both feet down. Let's take your elbows and pull them back in towards the body. Keep the hands locked together and then lean about halfway down. So you got tabletop back. Keep the back nice and long. Let's take the chin and drop it in towards your chest and then pull the chin up towards the spine. Make your chest proud. Push it towards the earth. You should feel a lot of muscle along the back now, actively working to keep the back nice and long and braced. Let's keep the brace. Come back up to standing. Let's take your hands and grip them a little tighter and then push your thumbs in towards that chest plate. And then take your butt, pull it back, fold halfway forward. And when you get to the tabletop position with the back, make your chest proud as you push your chest into the thumbs, push your thumbs into the chest, take your elbows, pull them upwards, drop your chin, then pull it up in towards your neck, pull your butt back and as much weight bearing into the heels. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, keep your palms pushing together as you extend the hands out and away from the body. And then on your next exhale, fold down, release the fingers, flexing into the upper body, flexing into the legs with the upper body. Let's bend the knees, lower your butt. Bring your hands down upon your mat and step your feet back into plank pose. Pull your hips up and back to down dog. As you drive your heels to the earth, take your tailbone and pull it to the sky. Push up into the toes, pull your tailbone higher to the sky. Now, try to keep your rear end elevated to the height you just pulled it up to as you drive your heels towards the earth. Of course, it's going to sink a little bit, but I want you to try to find as much length and decompression for the back as possible. Come back to your plank pose and then gently lower down onto your knees. Pull your hips back so they reside over your knees. So there's a 90-degree bend in your knees and also in your hips. And then just simply walk your hands back. Let's rotate your elbows in so they come in towards the body and then let them rotate out slightly. Just there's a nice little break or a little bend in the elbows, nothing big, just a little micro bend. Let's push high. And then let's the shoulders just kind of sink downward. Let's take your tailbone and roll it up to the sky. You're gonna feel that low back actively working now And now let's hollow out your belly. And then let's reverse this. Let's make the chest proud and tuck your tailbone under as you hollow out your belly. Let the head drop. Imagine there's a string right in the center of your spine. Pull on it and then push through, much like we did earlier, just pushing through the shoulders. Try to tuck under just a little more and try to hollow out that belly just a little more. And then let's reverse this. Proud chest, sinking into the shoulders, a little bend in the elbow, tailbone rolls towards the sky. Let's drop the chin in towards your chest and then pull the back of the head up towards the sky. Let's feel that belly of yours. It's kind of hollow out. It almost picks itself up as you pull your head up. You can kind of feel that lengthening, kind of the systemic activation of our muscles. It's amazing how one area often controls the other, but they all work in balance. You know, we kind of find that a little bit in class today. Now, let the head fall, center of the spine, pull, hollow out the belly, tuck those pubis area in, push through the shoulders. As much flexion in the spine as possible. Let the head just kind of dangle, hollow out that belly. Take a big inhale, reverse, and come into a neutral spine. Let's walk the hands forward and come down onto your mat and then step your feet back. We're going to keep our face looking down at the mat, and I prefer, if it's possible, that you're not looking forward. Looking forward, you know, if your chin starts to push forward, we don't want that. We want to kind of pull the chin in and then keep the nose off the mat. So we're not kind of resting the head at all. Let's take the hands, which are beside our shoulders right now, and then just sweep them kind of in a clock-like type of motion so that your baby fingers come in towards the sides of your body. They may not get there. I understand, that's all fine. Now, walk your feet and your knees together.
Where are your hands?
Hands are fingertips, baby fingers
By your hips.
by your hips into the side of the body. So the palms are facing the earth. Elbows are aiming to the sky. Now, sweep the hands forward, bring them up, face down, shoulder height, and then start to extend your arms out. Let's walk the fingers forward. Very important here. I want you to be actively squeezing your knees together. We're going to have our forearms up off our mat as we walk the fingers forward. You ever seen those little videos where people walk with their hands and their fingers? So their palms are not on the mat, just the fingertips and thumb tips. So you're kind of cupping like a little ball in the hands, but it's not really there, of course. Our toes are tucked under, and we have a nice compression, which is a good compression in this case, because it's a muscle activation. Our knees are pushing together. Let's walk the hands back. Bring them up shoulder height, so they're right beside your shoulders, palms facing the earth, and then take your head, drop your chin, and pull the chin in towards the neck, and see if you can kind of raise the back of the head up higher than the level of the shoulders. You should feel all the way along the back, in particular, the low back, actively working. We have a little support of our arms, creating that ability to lengthen the spine by hyperextending, or not hyper, by extending the upper back. Now, try to keep that extension and take your hands up off the earth. Squeeze those knees, very important. Let's sweep the hands back so that the baby fingers come in towards the sides of the body. Elbows are aiming up at the sky. Back of the head is lifting, knees are squeezing. Come back around with the hands. Put them on the earth. Start to walk them forward. Hard to consider this is a warm-up. This feels like a lot of work, but it's an important part of what we're doing today. Keep walking the hands forward. Imagine they're walking as far away from the body as you can. Just the fingertips. Drop the chin, pull the back of the head up. See if you can lengthen through the arms. See if you can elevate through the chest. Try to lift it up off your mat. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your knees, please. It's always good when things rhyme, isn't it? Now, let's bring the hands back under the shoulders. Separate the legs, hip width apart. Push up and pull back and extend the hands all the way out, coming into child's pose. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Yeah, nice little break. So those are a lot of the posterior muscles of the upper back and low back. Got a nice little warm up to them. As we come up onto all fours, a little bit of cat and cow, and then we're going to get into some work. Let the head fall, hollow out the belly, pull the center of your spine towards the sky. Take your elbows, rotate them internally, and then rotate them externally. Sink into the shoulders, push high to the sky, hollow out the belly, let the head fall, and then reverse. Proud chest, push it towards the earth. Let that shoulder carriage sink into the arms. Take the back of the head, pull it to the sky. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, with toes tucked under, elevate the knees just about an inch or so off the earth. Nice. Now, move slightly forward and then move slightly back. Move to the left, move to the right, and then put the knees back down. Now, we're going to do this again, but I'd like you to kind of connect with what your body's actually doing. Try to move things where we're not moving a lot of other things. So simply, let's come back up off the knee. As we move to the left, I like it to be a single type of unit. So take the shoulders and hips to the left and try to keep the legs from moving along too. We're just moving the hips. So the knees remain in the same spot, geography-wise, on your mat. Come back center, move to the right. Come back center, keep the knees located just where they are, and then come forward. And then pull the hips back, and then pull the hips up and back to down dog. Let's relieve some of the pressure in those wrists that may have built up. Let's walk the hands forward. Still in a down dog position, just a little more extended. Pull the hips high to the sky. Drive the heels to the earth. Come back to plank pose. Give me one push up. Pull up and back to down dog. Nice. Take your left leg, lift it to the sky. Keep your shoulders and hips square to the earth. Let's step that left foot up and in between the hands. We're framing that foot with the hands. Take your right heel, drive it towards the earth. Extend the spine as you inhale. Now, weight bearing in the foot. Check it out. If you're heavy to the toes, I'd like you to pull your knee back so it's over or slightly behind your left ankle. So that's the left knee, of course. As you inhale, extend the spine. Now, lengthen the spine, unhinge in the hip. Keep your butt down low. So now if we just want to have a little unhinge, we're not completely vertical. I like you leaning forward so you can feel that left cheek actively working. We're going to trigger it up a little bit. I like you to push into the left heel, keeping that lean forward. Now, bring your hands over heart. Take the right foot, step it forward. We're still in the squat-like position. Step it back. Slowly, I think there's a big race to get that foot forward. Try to come as slow as you possibly can while you can maintain balance. Let's do it one more time. Step forward. Step back. Now, front knee, pull it back so it's back of the heel. Take the hips and push them to the sky. We're using the legs to push. We're elevating the hips. Front knee is removing some of the bend. Back knee is relatively straight. The ball of the big toe of that back foot anchored to the earth. Spine's nice and long, hands are still over heart. Now, take your hands, extend them forward, shoulder height. Let's take the palms facing each other, shoulder height, and then elevate the arms. If you began to sink into those hips and those legs, keep working to strengthen them nice and long. Let's make sure the knee is no farther forward than your ankle. Look down and check it out. Now, slowly fold forward. Hands to the earth, frame that front foot. Step it back. You are now in plank. One push-up. Hover low, hover high, up and back down dog. Right leg, hips, shoulders square. Big lift. Big step. Hands framing that front foot. Keeping the hips low. Let's get the ball of that big toe, the back foot, the left foot in this case, anchored to the earth. As you extend the spine. Unhinge the upper body. Keep the butt down. 45-degree angle. So between the thigh and 90 degrees is your upper body. You got a nice lean forward. Let's bring hands over heart. Very important here to try to make sure the knee is back of the ankle. Let's keep it there as you step the left foot forward. And then step it back. Slow is the name of the game. Step forward. Step back. Keeping that nice low butt. We're going to change that now. We're going to elevate from the heel of the front foot and from the toes of the back foot. Straighten both legs. Keep that forward lean. Being upright, not your friend today. Takes the workload out of that lower body of yours. Brings it to the upper body. We want that forward lean as we extend the hands forward, palms are facing. Let's raise the arms. On the exhale, fold slowly forward, step back plank. Great job. A push-up. Pull hips up and back to down dog. Left leg, lift it to the sky. Hips, shoulders square. Step it up in between the hands. Take that back foot and drop the heel. Now check in with your feet before we go anywhere else. I'd like you to look down and make sure that your heels are not in the same line. They're separated. Take the front foot, take the ball of the big toe and push it into the mat. Take the heel of the back foot, push it into the mat. Extend the spine, unhinge. Come up to standing, hands over heart. Nice. Now, we want to trigger the use of certain muscles in the posterior chain. So I'm going to ask you to take that front knee and bring it back. Vertical is not necessary. In fact, I would like you to avoid it if it feels like you're arching that lower back. I want the spine long, strong, engaged. Now, your back foot is on whatever angle that's good. We want to make sure the hips haven't rotated or we're externally rotated with the hips. We want to try to rotate internally. Let's take the fingers and cup them. Thumbs and fingertips together. Extend the arms out. Now, push the fingertips into each other and pull the whole arm straight. Beautiful. Now, sweep the hands up all the way, kind of like your hands of a clock, right up into 12 o'clock position. Yeah. Come back down. Shoulders are rotating back, so we're squaring to the front. Lean in. Now, while you work to actively push fingertips and thumbs together and keep those arms long, rotate to the left. Come back center, sweep directly up, all the way to the 12 o'clock position. Sweep back down, hands return shoulder height, rotate left. Come back center, sweep up, all the way, 12 o'clock. Sweep it back down, shoulder height. Rotate left. Come back center. Separate the hands, sweep them up. Fold down, come up into the toes of the back foot. Step the left foot back, high plank. Push up. Hips up and back, down dog. Right leg, lift it to the sky. Step it forward. Take the left heel. Same setup, opposite side. As it drops to the earth, extend the spine. Start to unhinge the body. Keep the forward lean. Hands heart. Fingertips and thumbs come together. We're globing the ball. Globing the hands, like we got a globe in them. Extend out. Nice. Now, push in the fingertips and thumbs. Extend the arms. Sweep straight up all the way to 12 o'clock. So our body's actually rotating to face the side, right? Keep those arms straight. Sweep it down, shoulder height. Rotate right. Center. Sweep up. Sweep down. Push the fingers, keep the arms straight. Rotate right. Center. Up. Come back center. Rotate right. As we come back center, separate the hands. Raise the arms as you inhale. And as you exhale, fold down slowly. Up on the toes of the back foot. Step back, right foot, high plank. Hover low. Hover high. Pull up and back, down dog. Left leg, lift it up. Hips, shoulders are square. Step it up and in between the hands. And this time, keep up on the toes of the back foot. Extend the spine as you inhale. Halfway up. Halfway up. We're leaning in. Let's take the hips, push them to the sky. Feel that left butt cheek kick in? I think I see Sue shaking her head going, yeah, that's definitely working. And Val's going, oh my goodness, I got this. Now, we practiced this earlier. We have a little more activation. So I want you to try to keep that as we do two things. We're going to step forward and then step out to the side. Sorry, I can't go to the side, they got a rail here. But as far out as you can. Now step back in, step back. Whoops, my mat's getting slippery. I'm leaking.
That's your excuse.
That's my excuse, yeah.
Just man up.
Step the back foot forward. Step it out. Keep down. Now get squatted down a little more. Bring that right foot back in. Step it back. Keep that forward lean. Push the hips high to the sky. Step the right foot in. Step the right foot out. Sink the hips. Get them low, 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 low. Step the right foot back in. Step it back. Extend the hands forward. Bring the hands to the sky. Fold slowly over that front leg. Step it back. You're welcome. Pull the hips, sorry, push-up time. We don't want to forget that. Very important, like strong chest muscle. Hips up and back. Right leg, you know we had to do the opposite side, right? Step it. Up on the toes of the back foot, extend the spine. Elevate. Keep the lean forward. Try not to be vertical. Take the hips, push them higher. Take the left foot, step it in, step it out. So it's like a lateral lunge. We're keeping that right foot, heel, knee in the same spot, right? Just checking. Step in, step back, elevate the hips. Left foot in, left foot out. Hold it out, bring the hips a little lower. Step in, step back. elevate the hips. Step the left foot forward, step it out. Take the right knee and bend as we lower. Try to keep the upper body vertical. Get a little deeper. Step in left foot, step it back. Elevate hips, extend the hands. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Step back, high plank. Great job. Push up. Up and back, down dog. Awesome work. Let's walk both feet toward your hands. Inhale, extend to a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, extend the spine. Walk your palms onto your shins. Proud chest. So as your deep squat here, see if you can get a 90-degree bend in the knees. See, it may not go there, but just see if you can. Now, make the chest proud. Elevate the shoulders, keep the hips down. Let the hands release. Sweep them back. Open the palms to face the earth. In fact, let's take your thumbs and rotate them externally. So you're trying to get the palms to face away from the body. Stand tall. Sweep the hands to the sky. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, full forward fold. Hang out for a couple breaths. I'm going to grab some water. I urge you to do the same. A little bit of recovery. Cheers to all. Happy Labor Day weekend. So much fun. I'm going to pack it all in on Labor Day weekend, working hard to honor our Labor Day weekend. All right. As we come back to reality, let's take your feet sides to the mat, and let's stick your heels and turn them out a little bit so the toes are angled in a little more than your heels. And let's rock and roll the hip left to right. Just want to get a lubrication in those hip joints, side to side. Yes, anyone got any good Motown music you can groove with? No. All right, so let's bring it nice and solid, strong. Let's take your big toes, push them into the mat. Let's take the sides of your feet, elevate them off. So you have ball of each big foot and heel, weight bearing your whole body. Let's keep it that way. I am looking at the camera, please. Now straighten out the legs, pull the butt back, bring hands over heart. Take your hands, extend them forward. You'll notice, hopefully, if the legs are relatively straight and if your butt and knees are back at the heels of your foot, you'll feel most of the weight bearing in the heel. And you're just working to push the ball of the big toe into the mat. You feel a little tension forming in the lower back. It's very important for the stabilization of it. So we're just loading it up to make it a little stronger. If you need a break, take it, right? Now, keep everything from the hips down the same, everything from the upper body. We're gonna lean in a little more, and then we're gonna raise the arms a little higher. Make the arms straight. Try not to bend at the elbows. Try to straighten through the elbows and lift the hands with long, no bend elbows. And then take a big breath and exhale, fold it down, stretch out that lower back. Nice job. Palms to the floor, step it back to plank. Because you missed doing these, here it is again. Push-up time. Hover low, hover high, hips up and back, down dog. Come down onto the knees. As you widen the knees, wider than hip width, let's take the ball of each big toe in the center line of the body. Let's bring it together. Let's pull the hips back. Let the butt sink towards the heels and let the hands walk forward. Forearms to your mat. Try to keep the head and the nose in particular from resting down on your mat. So we're keeping the whole head unit up off the mat. Let's drop the chin and then pull the back of the head away from the body. Feel the muscles of the neck highly active. Make the neck long and then relax the forehead down onto the mat. Great job. So relaxing it down on the mat and pushing it into the mat are two different things. Just relaxing. Drop the chin, pull the back of the head up, walk the hands back under the shoulders. Give me one gaze of the eyes. So this is pushing away from the earth and this is sinking into the shoulders. I'd like you to sink into your shoulders. Make a chest proud. Push it towards the earth, hollow out the belly button as you do it. So together, hollowing belly button into the spine, pulling it up, pushing the chest towards the earth, drop the chin, pull the back of the head up, 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 up. Nice. Without pushing through the shoulders. We're sinking into the shoulders. We're creating length in the spine, activating through that upper back. Take a big inhale, exhale, relax everything. Step the knees under the hips, tuck the toes under, come up off your knees. This is a floating bear. It's like a bear float. It's like a whole new sundry. Go into your local ice cream place and say, can I have a bear float, please? Let's go left. Now, come back center. And before we go right, look down at your knees. See where they are? Keep them in the same spot. Bring the back of the head up and keep the knees in the same spot. Shift to the right. Come back center. Knees, same spot. Go left, center, and right. And center, and left. And one more time each side. And then come down onto your mat with the knees. Come up, off those hands. Make the upper body nice and tall. Yes, are you looking up at the camera? Nice job. Now, take your shoulders, pull them up. Nice. I feel like I look 20 years younger when I do that. Now, take the palms and rotate them forward, and then continue to rotate them so they are aiming away from the body. You just feel those active muscles through the shoulder blades. Elevate the shoulders a little higher if you can. Nice. Now, there's squeezing the neck with the shoulder blades, but let's do the opposite. Let's push away the shoulders from the ears and then bring the hands up shoulder height. Nice. Now, slowly rotate the palms to face forward and then rotate the thumbs to face down. Nice. And then rotate all the way up and all the way back, as far back as you can go. Sweep the hands to the sky. Elbows down and all the way back as they slide across the body. Pull the fingertips with baby fingers onto the side of your body. Beautiful. Let's try to keep the bend of the knees relatively the same, but it's going to change a little bit, of course, as we bring our butt back and lean forward. I'd like you to find the balance here where you have forward lean, but you haven't just let your hips drop onto your feet to find stability. I want you to try to find stability through your core. Proud chest, elbows pull back. As you bring your baby fingertips together, bring them out in front of the body, just hold here. Try to bring your forearms together. Now, without dropping the hips and without leaning too far forward or being vertical, find that happy spot. Take the palms and serve them out forward. Keep the forearms together. It's as far out as we need to go. When they start to separate, you've gone too far in this movement. Palms turn to face, hand to hand, rotate back down, pull the elbows back towards the body, pull them through the body, pull them all the way back, palms are facing the sky. You've got this now. Forward, baby finger, forearms, serve it up. Back. You'll notice the tension and that low back increases as we come great distance of the hands away from the body. Forearm to forearm, baby. Pull it back. One more time, because 4 times is the charm. Push it forward. Extend out. Hollow out the belly. Push forward. Lift up your hands. Fold it down. Let the head fall. Cat position. Pull that spine to the sky. Let the head fall. Hollow out your belly as you pull the spine to the sky. Push your chest to the earth. Pull the back of the head up. Drop the chin. Pull the back of the head higher. And then come back to a neutral spine. Let's transition to our back. Come all the way down. Oh, yay. Big yay from Kirsten. How about Val? How about Sue? Any yays? Thumbs up. Nice. All right. That was a short-lived yay because we got some more work to do. Let's bring the toes, knees together. Let's walk the feet out. You'll notice that there's an obtuse angle. So it's not a right angle, it's obtuse. It's beyond 90 degrees. Closer to 180, great. Now, push your thighs together. Keep that push. Hollow out the belly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Come on down. It's okay if your ankles slide along the earth. I went down slowly as you squeeze. Oh, nice. Now, we've kept that obtuse angle in the knees. Let's bring the heels together. Let's squeeze the thighs. Let's push your heels into the earth. And then let's try to pull your heels towards your butt. Let's hollow out your belly. And let's try to take your tailbone up off the mat as you squeeze. Most important, more squeezing, not about elevating as much, squeezing is, okay? Squeeze, 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 try to elevate and then release. Let's take your hands, bring them above your chest, open the palms. Imagine you're getting into that cup-like position. Take those fingertips with those cupped hands to the earth, put them right down beside your body. Now, let's take your heel, left side, right side, step it out. So now the big toes are touching. We haven't done anything with our thighs. The knees are still connected, the thighs, the same. Push the thighs together. Push the heels into the earth. Try to pull the heels towards the body. Push your fingertips, the globed fingertips, push them into the earth. Now try to lift your butt up off the earth. There's a little assistance here. Lift higher if you can. Squeeze those thighs, lower down. Beautiful. Let's extend the legs all the way out. Take the hands above the head and extend them all the way back. Use your fingers to pull. Use your fingers to pull the arms long. Use your toes, point them away. And then use your toes to pull the lower limbs long. Nice. Now, little bend in the knees. Feet hip width apart. Big toes turn into touch. Yes, we get to do it again. Kirsten loves this move, right?
Yes, love it.
Love it, she says. As our thighs rotate into touch, push them together. Push your heels to the earth. Take your fingertips, globe them, extend the arms straight, push them into the earth. So your forearms are up off the earth, arms are straight. Pull the heels towards your butt without moving them, isometric. Try to elevate your butt up off the earth. Push with your arms, give you as much lift as you can. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, release. Extend the legs straight. Let's take your feet and let them rotate away from the center line of the body. So we're opening up. Bring them back up. And do that a few more times. For me, I really feel my middle or inner thigh muscles work a lot when I do that exercise, which is good because those muscles get abused from all kinds of our sitting postures. All right, let's step the feet in. Let's take your lower back, and then see by rotating through your pelvis, if you can get that lower back to connect to your mat. And then if you can, I'd like you to hollow out your belly and keep that belly hollowed. And then take the back of your head and try to walk it away from the body so you have more length in the neck. Take your hands straight above your chest. Let's bring the globe in between them as we bring fingertips and thumbs together, the tips of everything. Let's keep the arms straight, push the fingertips and thumb tips together. Nice. Now, walk your feet out, give yourself some room in between your legs. Drop your chin into your chest, and then one vertebrae at a time, rise. And then try to, take the fingers, lower them down about knee height, and then dive them down towards the toes. Feel a nice release for that lower back. Cross the shoulders in the back. All right, now, come back down slowly, one at a time. Keep the ball of each big foot rolling towards the mat so you're not rolling onto the sides of the foot. One vertebrae at a time. Lower, lower, lower. Come all the way down. Beautiful. Pull your knees up and into your chest. Now, there's a number of ways to circle your knees. This is how I like us to do it today. Pull them in towards your chest. Take them out away from the center line of the body. Navigate with your hands towards the lower extremities, pull them back to the center line of the body, and then do it again. And then find a rhythm, do it a few times. And then pull them in, and then rock and roll forward and back. Come into a seated position. This looks inviting. Now, let's take your hands out in front of your body. And if you can, just start to walk forward. And come on down. And then walk back in. So if you struggle with pigeon pose, this is actually an intermediary type of step. Let's change over how the legs are crossed. It's virtually the same stretch. It works it simultaneously. The way that the legs are crossed will have a little more emphasis on one side versus the other, and that's why we switch it up. Walk it forward. Let the upper body go into flexion, so the spine's flexing down. I always urge people not to use their head as a weight-bearing mechanism. Our necks were not really designed for that. It's okay to let it hang out, but not to bear weight into it. Let's walk it back up. Wow. Let's bring your hands over heart. I asked you to work hard today on Labor Day, which is, that's tomorrow, I know. Anyways, I thank you for being here today, and I appreciate your participation. And thank you for coming. Namaste.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for being with us.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I had some help today from my yoga class.
You had a squirrel friend?
Yes, almost. Look. Who's
Oh, who's that
Oh,
beautiful?
Who's that?
That's Nala.
Bella.
Yeah, say hi. Do you say hi? Did we have
Hi,
fun with
Bella.
the toilet paper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's that? That's my friends. Yeah. Nala. Yeah. Hi.
How cute
They're,
is she?
She is cute. We had the whole weekend together. Yes. That's Kirsten and Sean.
Bella, hello.
Hi.
How are things in Canada, Bella? Yes. It's nice to be recognized, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We had a whole weekend here. Look at the kitchen. This is fabulous.
Wow.
Wow. Hi. Look at that. So,
Whereabouts
Niga
are
is
you?
up here. I'm up at Savur at the little house.
Oh,
My
cute.
girlfriend Lisa and Neil are in Europe. So we took advantage of, yeah. We took advantage of having the little house to bring the baby up for a couple of days with her
Nice.
mommy. There you go. Who's it?
Hello,
They're in the
Bella.
sky. Yeah. So that's it. We were in the pool yesterday. Debbie came by Friday for a little bit. And now we're gonna clean the house and we're going to town.
Nice.
And
Nice.
they're going to their house and I'm going to my house.
That's
Hang
so
on.
cute.
Yeah.
It is so cute. Where is she? Here's the mummy, the mumala. Hang on a second. She's in bed. It's Kirsten and Sean. That's the mummy.
Hi,
Hello,
Mommy.
in bed, mommy.
In bed mummy. That's Niga. That's it. So that was the weekend. Yeah, you
Fun.
can go over and see mummy. I don't care. So we were doing,
Nice
I was
weather
doing,
there?
not today so much, no. But that's good because Neil and Lisa, we were at the pool yesterday, but his brother and sister-in-law just came in from California. So they're at the big house. So we don't want to go over and disturb.